Lagers, Pilsners, India Pale Ales, Double IPAs, Doppelbocks, Belgian Goldens. That's right, it's all here on another round of Brewsday Tuesday. Here's DreZ and Big Nate.
I wish some of those were here today. We're doing.
I noticed that sours and gozas were omitted.
No, not on that one. It is Brewsday Tuesday, brought to you by the Cellar Restaurant and Six Pack Store right there in downtown Blacksburg. We're drinking Big Nate choice beers. When we went down there on a little beer run last week, Nate decided to pick up. And honestly, this one did, label-wise, this one jumps out at me too. I picked this one up too to have a look at it. From Sycamore. Awesome beer made down in North Kakalaki. The Brazilian Lemonade, which is a Goza-style ale with citrus, coming in at 5.6%. And if you're watching on the Facebook Live or on YouTube, you can see it's got a bunch of like little lemon head guys. So, and I actually just noticed that they have different eyes. Like this one's got like little hearts in their eyes. This one's got like, the eyeballs it's got the little dots and stuff. So I don't know. This is going to be interesting. It really reminds me of lemon heads. I wonder how tart and sour this is going to be. This one might be, because it's not a sour, but it's a Goza. So hopefully I would imagine it would lean away from that, but the can makes me think it might be a little gnarly.
Theoretically, I got to think it would, just because
it's got the citrus too. And
gozas are salted, whereas sours aren't.
We shall see. What do you got?
I've got not going to lie, when this whole thing was coming together, this is one that I picked out specifically for me because it's just got everything I love in it. For those who don't know, I'm a big fan of spicy and also sweet. It's the Habanero Peach Goza from Ardent Craft Brewing in Richmond, Virginia. And ABV is 4.4, but we're not going to hold that against them. My favorite part is they actually went ahead and bothered to list the IBUs on it. It's 4 IBUs.
Oh, good to know.
But Habanero, peach, you got the spicy, you got the sweet, and peach is one of my favorite all-time fruits. So very intrigued to try this.
And I mean, it's from Ardent, so I know I've been to Ardent once or twice in my time and trips to Richmond, so a reputable beer source. So hopefully, I mean, that is a bit of an interesting style. So you got to hope that they did it right. I think that we just lost our video there. Looks like it might have went down. I don't know if you've been hearing the beeping in the background. I think we're having some
technical
some
difficulties.
networking issues. So we might have just lost internet there. My apologies to people that were trying to watch. I don't know. I think we might be just down on the video. All right. The old FM dial. That's why you listen to the podcast it.
Radio doesn't go down.
If you're watching the video, well, I am sorry. I think you might have just lost us. But in the meantime, you can just listen.
So I don't know what your experience is with sours versus gozas. I learned, weirdly enough, from a bartender the difference. And apparently gozas, to stop the fermentation, they throw sea salt in.
What? And that's
the distinction.
Yeah. And that's why gozas are usually a little saltier. And that's why I tend to like gozas a little bit better, because I am a fan of saltiness. I like the, I don't know. Generally, if a food sucks, you add salt, it sucks a little less.
That's incredibly true. I didn't even consider that. That's what they do.
Because I just like salt, and then you just mainly taste.
Well, so have you ever done the maneuver where you add salt to a beer or like a Coca-Cola?
I don't think I've ever had to do that. What does that do? What do you do? Why are you adding salt to Coke?
I don't. Well, with Coke, it's the peanuts in the Coke.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But the theory behind that is the salt. But there are certain beers that are much better when you throw some salt in them.
That's not surprising to me. I've never thought to do it.
Okay, so next time
I'm stuck drinking like a Miller Lite or something, I just sprinkle salt in there.
Yingling.
Okay.
It's like a whole new world. You just want to like little sprinkle of salt. Yingling actually starts to taste pretty solid.
You think that's specifically because it's a lager, or do you think it's just something about the Yingling?
I think it's just that it's a lager. I think salt or lime will, in my opinion, always improve a lager.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, not only do I just, yeah, I guess I just like salt. Anytime I'm cooking, I'm throwing in like, the coarse sea salt. I'm a fan of that. But also I like the salty sweet
Combination.
Oh, dude, I'm all about it. It's the salty and sweet, savory and sweet and this and that. I don't know. It's all just so good. I'm hungry if you didn't know. I don't think now that I think about it, I haven't had lunch.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm just hungry.
It's a little late in the day to even be considering lunch.
Yeah, well, luckily I'm, these are some lighter ABV beers, so maybe they'll go a little longer.
It was made with fruit, so theoretically there's some nutrients in there.
I know earlier we were talking about college and you were brewing beer and this and that. Did you used to do that in college? Like you would specifically like not eat so that you could stretch your buck a little bit more when you went to drink, because then you would get more of a buzz and drunk quicker because in awful less beer, so you'd save money?
There was that, and then there's also the whole don't break the seal. Do you know about don't break the seal?
I mean, you're talking about peeing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, yeah. Oh, so that way you don't. Oh, I never really had that issue.
Yeah.
I don't know. I must just have a big bladder because I've never had the whole like, oh, now I got to pee a lot.
Well, that's the other thing is like more often than not, like I don't really get all that hungry. I'm always thirsty. So all day I'm drinking my water bottle's 64 ounces, I think. No, 40 ounces. My 40-ounce water bottle. I go through like 3 of those a day.
That's good.
So
I wish I drank more water.
If I don't break the seal, my kidneys are going to explode.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never done that one, but the not eating to save it up, definitely have.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, economically, it's smart. In fact, I've even taken it a step further.
It's fiscally responsible.
I used to, because, I'm an avid blood donor. The Red Cross, they always hit me up, and I still am. But even it started in college when I donated for, I think they were, you get a pizza or something if you donate, so that's how they get you. Ever since then, but yeah, I would even donate blood and then like skip a meal so that I could really. I'm like, I'm getting messed up tonight.
So I used to be a regular blood donor until there was an experience. An organization very much so like that. It was in a mobile like RV situation.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, and, I've done 1 or 2 of those.
They were taking my blood, and I think the phlebotomist was just entirely in over her head, but I had like a hematoma on my arm where the blood was just pulling up under.
Yeah.
And she said that I'm no longer welcome back. They don't want my blood anymore. And I'm like, I don't know. I feel like that's a stretch. I don't have any diseases, any risk factors, but because of the hematoma, she's like, we don't want you back. No documentation from the organization. She just basically, I think, wanted me to get the hell out of there. So I haven't donated blood since.
Okay. Well, that's maybe that's a good way to do it. Because honestly, I like to donate blood because, do what I can to help. But they are very, very persistent. They will call and email and this and that. And if I could get on I don't know. I like to do it, but man, like it gets to be like I want to do it when it's convenient for me.
See, I always enjoy doing it, and that's my goal is to get it done as quickly as possible. So like I would sit there and like time how long they're going to take to do it and like how long it takes for the blood to come out. And
maybe that's why 'cause I am quick. Like I am one of the, like my blood's, I guess, just real thin, and I can be in and out in like 20 minutes.
But that lady really scared me off of it.
Yeah, that's no good. But yeah, case in point, like this weekend, I'm supposed to go donate in Blacksburg, and I wanted to pick a spot closer to me, but she's like, well, we don't have any drives in the Radford area, but if you donate this month, then you'll be in the running to win like tickets to Graceland or whatever. I'm like, I really don't care, but I don't know. Somehow she talked me into it. They're salesmen. I mean, seriously, like I don't want to drive all the way to Blacksburg to donate blood, but I figured it's over the weekend, so I probably will be I might be over there anyways or something.
I do know someone who started donating blood during the pandemic just so they could get COVID tests. Not naming any names, but you know him as well.
I can imagine. I can imagine. That's one of the tests that you can, or I don't know if they still do they care about it now? I don't even know, but
Probably not. No, they're like, look, we're taking your blood regardless.
yeah, we'll take it. It doesn't matter what it's got.
Just put it in the backlog for 72 hours. It'll be fine.
Either way, we're going on a little bit of a tangent. That's what happens when you just pick some random beers that I don't know much about. But Sycamore, though, out of Charlotte, I have not been there. I might need to go because I think I am going to be heading to Charlotte in the next month or so. And I do. Every time I come across a Sycamore beer, it's usually pretty damn good. They got that mountain candy. I love that.
This is the third Sycamore beer I've encountered. I have not had the mountain candy, but I always, every time I look at their cans, I wonder why they're not in Canada, and then I have to look closer and realize that's not actually a maple leaf. That's a sycamore leaf, you dumbass.
It makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real bad at geography, but that label just jumped out to me, and then seeing the Brazilian-style lemonade. Do you like lemonade?
Oh, yeah.
That's one of my go-tos in the summer, but it's got to be like, that's one of those. There are certain things you just don't buy the generic brand of. For me, lemonade's one of those things.
Okay. Well, I don't really. Yeah, I don't know what lemonade. What's my go-to lemonade?
Like I can't do the powdered stuff. It's just chalky. It's got to be. And I have, at one point, got really sick of having to go to the store to buy it. So I was like, I'll just buy a bunch of lemons and make them myself. No, that is an endeavor.
Yeah.
Whatever they're charging you for lemonade, pay it.
Mm-hmm.
You do not want
when
to.
Life gives you lemons, throw them away and go buy lemonade because it's just too much work.
It's true.
I always like a good lemonade, but I guess I don't really seek it out or anything. But it's decent when it comes my way. I'll take it. Yeah, this is. In fact, might as well even talk about it. Brazilian lemonade. It's a Goza style ale with citrus from Sycamore. I do thoroughly. I mean, still Goza's not my style, but a step up in the away from towards my direction. Pardon me, from a sour. So this is definitely going to get higher marks than the Bel Air sour that I just had from Brooklyn. That being said, it's still not wowing me, but I mean, it isn't too terrible. You definitely get the lemon. You definitely get the saltiness that goes with a Goza. It's not bad at all. I'll give it a 4. Sycamore beers are usually right around there, a 4.
All right, well, I'll go ahead and talk about mine. The Habanero Peach Goza. So I've talked about it. It was like for a while the holy grail of beers for me. It was Golden Road's Jalapeno Cucumber Goza. And it was one of my favorites for like an entire summer because I like that combination of the spicy and then neutralized by the fruit or the vegetable or what have you. And of course, I've not been able to find that in a very, very long time. This Ardent Craft Brewing Habanero Peach Goza does kind of the exact same thing. Like the habanero's not so overwhelming that you're like, man, this is really spicy. I'm starting to sweat. But it kind of almost like accentuates the carbonation of it. Like it's got a very like crisp, refreshing taste to it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and I do have to rate it higher than the lemon meringue, but just a smidge higher.
Really? You're going even higher? All right.
Yeah. Gozas are delicious. Sours are delicious. This will be it's a 4.75.
Wow.
Not a 5, but that's because I don't taste the peach quite as much as I want to, and the label wasn't as cool as Evil Twins Lemon Meringue. But 4.75 for Ardent. Good outing.
I'm going to look it up because I do believe the reason I'm drinking this one is because I told you that I have had that one. And that's the mango habanero from Ardent, right?
Yes, sir.
Let me see here.
Or Habanero Peach.
Habanero Peach. It actually surprisingly doesn't have very great marks on Untapped. Yeah, I gave that one oh, no. I stand corrected. I have not had that one.
Oh, boy.
I thought that I had, but I have not. My friend has, though. Scott H. gave it a 3.25. By the way, we use the Untapped scale, and you can friend us if you want to get a shout out like Scott H. just did. I'm not even too sure who that is, but DreZ Drinks is my handle, and Big Nate Danger is where you can find Nate over there on the Untapped app. All right, that's a wrap on Brewsday Tuesday on your beers. I think
Next week we'll let you have some say.
I think it's my turn next week. All right, let's do it.
Fair
Brewsday
enough.
Tuesday. We'll take a quick break. We'll get back with some tunes right here on 105.3 The Bear. You should stick around.